We be live. Hello, everyone. Please let me know if you have my audio. Let me actually check myself. And yeah, just make sure you like the stream. Please let me know. Yep, I have audio. Audio is good. Guys, first of all, congratulations to everybody. I hope everybody is as happy as I am. We got him. We got him. Thank you so much to Israel. Thank you so much for your services. Israeli citizens should be thankful to their military, to their intelligence. The Iranian people should also, on behalf of whoever Iranian in the world, whoever is happy about the assassination of Ismail Haniyeh, I thank you so much, Israel. On behalf of all the Iranians, this is a service not just to the people of Israel, but also to the people of Iran, but also to the people of the world. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you for your service. This is amazing. We will have hello from Lebanon. I hope you're as happy as I am. Also, I saw that other guy, the Shok guy, that guy was also taking out the number 2 in Hezbollah. So that Mars from Lebanon, I hope you're happy for the assassination of that guy as well. This is amazing. Like, I thought that guy being assassinated was already amazing news, but then they took out Hani as well. So I'm just so happy. Yes. Well, he didn't meet his maker. He's dead. But this is amazing. This is amazing news. To everybody, Dolly is already preparing a stream on this for tomorrow. So if you guys want us to go over the detail, you want to see the details and our opinions about that, about how all of this happened, and just make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification. We will cover that tomorrow. Oh my god, I can't, like, I saw it, and I thought, like, this can't be real. I went to sleep and then woke up and I'm like, that probably was a dream. The news cannot be this good. And then I looked at the news again. I was like, it was not a dream. This really happened. The leader of Hamas taken out in Tehran, from all places. Like, guys, in Tehran, they took him out in Tehran. This is too good. This is too good. I mean, all right. Oh, really? Thank you. Okay. Wow. Fantastic. Guys, are you guys? So, guys, if like the stream, and also make sure you're subscribed so that when you see this, we're going to cover that tomorrow. Anyways, so we're making so much progress in the Middle East, but this is guys, in Israel and Iran, that's where our offensive line is. This is how Atheist Republic operates. We have an offensive force and a defensive force. Like, we cover the offensive and the defensive. We cover how it's going, right? So the Persian channel is more on the offensive because we're focusing more on the Iran and, the head of the octopus, right? And that's what the Persian, and the English channel on Atheist Republic is more of a defensive force, because in Western liberal countries, that in that place we have a more of a defensive position, right? So I think, like, liberal forces around the world, offensive is going good. Defensively, we're not doing so good, right? Because we have Sharia courts in the UK. And it's very interesting because they call it Sharia, but then they put council there. We will go over how this is significant. Like, they're careful enough, and this guy will explain it to you why that council, because Sharia means law, means Islamic law, and they know they're clever enough to call it the Sharia council, even though it's a Sharia court. And I will show you that this is a Sharia court, and this is actually very, very worrying. So this guy, let this guy explain it to you for you. So this guy is actually somebody that we need to pay. This is a group. Let's give credit where credit is due. Britain first. So let's listen to this. All right, I don't know if this music is copyrighted, so I'm just gonna mute the music for now. It said these are people are hoarding the sign saying Britain first, close down this Sharia court. So let's look at this. So I hope the music is over. Guys, keep confirming. Oh, by the way, also, Alfred, I made you an admin. Let me know if you're an admin. I also want to thank Dolly and Alfred and Dee in the live chat. You guys are amazing. Like, all the teamwork that we're doing here at the Atheist Republic Army is growing. Thank you, guys. All right, so now this guy's talking. The music is over. Let me see what this guy has to say.
Part of East London, this area is heavily multi.
Wait, so he said he's in East London and this area is heavily Islamic. Let me go back to make sure that we got everything he said. I'm just have to be careful with the music.
Here in the heart of East London, this area is heavily multicultural, heavily Islamic. We're here outside of this Sharia Court. As you can see, the Islamic Sharia Council. Now, they call it a council because they're not allowed to call it a court. But I've been in this one before. It is a Sharia court. Right, if this is not a Sharia court, then I don't know what is. And here you can see someone coming up from downstairs. This is where the people sit, and this is where the Sharia court judge, or whatever you want to call them, this is where it all happens. Court. They've got a whole setup inside where they've got a little mock court where they settle disputes within their community based on Sharia law. Now, we all know about Sharia law. It's barbaric. There's amputations, there's stonings, there's throwing off roofs, okay, the second-class treatment of women. We don't want a parallel legal system, parallel society developing in our country. So Britain First is launching a new campaign to expose all of these Sharia courts all around the country. We've come here to launch this campaign. And we're going to keep going, and you'll be shocked and you'll be dismayed to learn how many Sharia courts there are around the country.
Okay, this music might be copyrighted. All right, so guys, this is insane. Let me explain to you how insane this is, okay? I mean, I think a lot of you already know how insane this is, but you know how people talk about creeping Sharia? And, you know, a lot of us assume like, okay, you're exaggerating. Yes, Islamic culture in Europe, Islamic ideology growing, that's a problem. This is going to be a voting base, and they're going to the policies and directions, and the demographic of the country is going in a direction that is problematic for the liberal values, and this is a problem. But creeping Sharia, that is like an exaggeration of what's happening. Well, apparently it's not. Apparently it's not. Apparently, when Muslims in the UK hold signs that says Sharia for the UK, this is not just like a wish upon a star or a dua, okay? They're actively going into that direction. And I want to make sure that you guys understand that I'm not fear-mongering here, because a lot of other people are saying this, people who are not usually labeled as Islamophobic, right? Like Dolly found an article that she sent to me that was a very objective and unbiased article, and I went through it, and it was trying to give all different sides. And yeah, this is a huge concern, and I'll just took a couple of bullet points from it to read for you guys. And I also will tell you what the criticism from the other side is, right? So critics argue that the Sharia councils are patriarchal and regressive, often pressuring women to remain in abusive marriages and interfering with child custody and financial issues. But guys, I will explain to you how this is a lot more significant. I will show you some more videos, a lot more significant than just being discriminatory against women. I will show you how Sharia means law, Islamic law. This is, a lot of people are raising the alarm regarding, oh, this is discriminatory against women. I will show you their website. This is not just about women and having standards that do not fit our liberal ways. This is coming for the very foundation of your nation state, because this is about law. And I will explain this to you, how significant this is. Let me read some other criticism. Some women's group organizations like South Hall Black Sisters and the Muslim Women's Network. So remember, if you think we're Islamophobic, so you cannot trust us, there are some Muslim Women's Network also are saying this, okay? Have voiced strong opposition to Sharia councils, citing cases of women being told to endure abuse and marital rape. Legal and social issues. Many Muslim couples in the UK have only religious marriages which are not legally recognized. This leaves women without legal protection and vulnerable to being left in limbo if their marriages break down. So let me tell you what's happening here, right? So UK is around 6.5% Muslim right now, right? much higher in London, about 15%, I think, in London. But it's estimated that this number is going to increase from 6.5% to eventually 10%. What's happening right now at 6.5, because a lot of people think that, like, oh my God, is United Kingdom is going to be taken over by Islam, taken over by Sharia. That's not going to happen. And the problem is that a lot of horrible things are going to happen without that happening. So this is the beginning of creating a nation within a nation. So a lot of people don't understand how significant the threat is, because some other people warn about this in the wrong way. They act like United Kingdom is going to become majority Muslim. And when people look at the stats and see that, okay, that's not going to happen, then they're going to dismiss this as a threat. The problem is that it doesn't have to be majority Muslim for this to be a major threat to your nation state. If we're already at the point at having a parallel legal system next to your own laws at 6.5% Muslim, imagine what they can do with 10% of the population, which we are already predicted to get to. This is what you're seeing at 6.5. Imagine the possibilities at 10. Do you understand how significant of a threat this is to your nation state, a parallel legal system? Guys, everything that we warn you about on this channel, it's because we are seeing threats that are direct hits to the foundational principles of liberal nation states. Which foundational principle do you think this is threatening right now? Can you name it? Can you name it in the live chat? Because we are practicing here to also understand what we're defending. We're trying to understand Islam, for us to recognize it as a threat, but we also have to be better at understanding what is it that we're protecting. What is the main liberal principle that this is threatening here? One of the pillars of the value. When you say British values, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? Which one? Okay, you guys don't know. Okay, so equality under the law. How do you recognize the existence of your nation state? What holds the existence of your what defends the existence of your nation state? What is it that holds it? It's your laws, but not just the laws. It's not just the rule of law, but the ability to execute it, the ability to enforce it. The presence of your enforcement officers and your court system is a reminder. It's not just a reminder, but the actual presence of the state. The nation state has two parts, the nation and the state. The state makes its presence known, and actually its existence is defined by applying and enforcing its laws. So this Islamic Sharia so-called council, look how tricky these people are. Look how tricky they are. They call it a council to make it seem like this is not a parallel legal structure. But the problem is the word Sharia itself means law. This is an enforcement of a parallel legal system. So it's people who now want to argue against me, this is what they would say. Let me tell you what they would say. They say, no, Armin, you're exaggerating. In reality, these Sharia councils have no legal standing in the UK. They cannot enforce their rulings, okay? And they just deal with religious matters, like divorce, inheritance, and religious rulings. However, that is nonsense. They say they have no legal standing. What does it mean that they have no legal standing? That means your nation state's enforcement officers are not going to take these laws, these standards seriously and enforce them. Yes, sure. But the problem is that they have a parallel law and a parallel enforcement method. When you're saying they have no legal standing, you're saying in the nation state that is the UK, these laws are not taken seriously and therefore not enforceable. Yes, but they don't just have their parallel law, they also have their parallel enforcement methods, which is social pressure, shame, family, community, and all of that. Because they have the parallel enforcement method, it doesn't matter that you don't take them seriously. It matters that they do. That makes it even worse. That means that they are more divorced from the legal structure that you have. Because the law is not a law unless unless you have some enforcement force behind it, enforcement ability behind it, and they do. Why do you think they don't, given that they are passing on rulings? Why would families go there and listen to these people pass out rulings if there was no enforcement behind it? Obviously there's also enforcement behind it. That by definition makes it a law. Maybe not UK law, but it is their law, because they're ruling and they have some enforcement mechanism behind it. That by definition makes it law. These are people who are practicing law without having any legal UK license. They're not lawyers. They don't have any standing as law officers or lawyers or whatever license they require. But by not calling it law, see, this is sneaky. They're not calling it council and they're not calling it law, but they're calling it Sharia, what technically means law. But by not using the vocabulary that they're not supposed to, they get to practice law legally, which is something that should be illegal. This should be illegal. I mean, in the UK, if somebody became a lawyer, acted like they're their lawyer, said that they're a lawyer and were practicing law, or acted like they're a judge, acted like they're the police, call themselves the police, call themselves a judge, call themselves a lawyer, without having all the standards that they're supposed to, that would be illegal. So, but these people are getting around all of that by just being careful of using the right words. They're tricky like that. This should be stopped. And by the way, there's a petition to stop this. I don't know who put on this petition. Let me show you. So, yes, this is ban all Sharia law in the UK. It only has 21,000 votes. Who is putting this? Who is this by? This is good. It's good that we have this. Oh, okay. Let me actually give you the link in the chat for this petition. Okay. Yeah, so Uncle is saying, Armin, who enforces the so-called course decision? The community, the social pressure, the shame structure that exists, the isolation, demonization of the community. Let me actually show you their website, okay? If you think this is not a Sharia court, this is Sharia court. You guys, what are you doing in the UK? Right? So this is the website, shariacouncil.org, right? So let's look at their services. Okay. So you can see the drop. So here, tell me this is not a court. It says Sharia Council services, nikah, meaning marriage. And again, remember, these are marriages that are not registered. The marriage that they refer to as marriage is different from the marriage that the UK is recognizing as marriage. So you might also go registered with the UK or not, but as we read in that article, many of these are not registered. So they are basically marrying people in their own separate marriage. Guys, remember, family law is where it starts. And you guys think this is like not very... this is a beginning of the establishment of Sharia law, of Islamic law. And it starts with family law because you have your guard down with family law because you think these are personal matters. But the problem is that this is law. This is law. They might not call it law. I mean, they are calling it law. They're not saying Sharia law, but they don't need to. Sharia just means Islamic law. So they have marriage. Marriage is basically a legal issue. So even though it's separate from the state legal, marriages, but they are this shows, given that marriage is a legal issue, that they're making their own parallel legal system. Mediation, yeah, this is a legal work. Divorce, by the way, look at this. They have two divorces. They have talaq and khula. But this is interesting because they're putting divorce next to one of them, but they're not putting divorce next to the other. This is so cool. You know why? Because they only the talaq is what the man does. When look at this, they're actually saying this outright on their website. Unbelievable. So talaq, which is divorce, only the husband has the right to talaq, unless stated otherwise. Okay, so divorce. So the woman can do khala, but that's not even recognized as being a divorce. Maybe it is. Let me see. Okay, so they are calling it initiate a divorce, but look, they put the divorce only next to what the man can do, but not next to what the woman can do. Khula is when a married woman initiates divorce proceeding. This usually is done for valid reasons such as immoral behavior, mistreatment from the husband, or if he doesn't provide maintenance. A woman is advised to abstain from seeking khula. Let me see. Do you give that warning to men when they want talaq? When they want a divorce? Talaq is a serious responsibility and must not be issued except as a very last resort. It is advised to exert. Okay, so this is as well. All right, but again, remember that divorce or talaq is done a lot easier. So here's the thing: if a husband wants to divorce the wife, the court cannot stop him. So the court might, like the council, the Sharia council, might advise against it. But if the man insists that he wants to do the divorce, they have to divorce. Okay. However, when the woman wants to divorce, khula, the council has to decide whether it's okay or not. And usually they take the side of the man. So the council, the Sharia court, can deny the woman a divorce, right? But they cannot deny the man a divorce. The man, if the man wants a divorce, he gets the divorce. But when you're asking me, when people are saying like, is this enforceable? Why do you think they go there? So if their marriages were only recognized by the state, right, then the women and men, they would only go to, whatever court system that the UK has. This shows that they take the enforcement of the Muslim community seriously, and they don't care what, like, a lot of these people don't care if the UK system recognizes them as married or not. They're living in a parallel world. Guys, given that your laws are what defines you, what makes your nation state possible, establishment of parallel laws is, pay attention to the words I'm using here, is creating a nation within a nation. This is an invasion. This is an invasion from within. Creating a parallel legal structure within your nation state is creating a nation within your nation state, which makes it an invasion. This is not an exaggeration. Let me bring up another video. This German channel went and done some investigation here. Let's watch this together. This is the German channel. So, okay, so some part of it is German, which I will read the translation. They came to London to investigate this, but most of it is English. So don't worry, I don't have to read most of it.
Sheikh Haytham al-Haddad.
Okay, so it says Sheikh Haytham al-Haddad is a famous British scholar of the Quran.
Is een bekende Britse Koraangeleerde en een vaste
and a regular visitor to the mosque.
Bezoeker van de moskee.
The number is.
Wait, let me actually read the context of this one. What are we watching? This is, let me see, Sharia law to protect a Jew. Okay. Yeah, Sharia. This is the Sharia Council in East London. Okay, so we're getting a documentary about this. Okay, so they say the number is on average 3,000 people.
On average, 3,000 people. That's why I like to pray here, because this gives me more reward. Yeah.
Yeah. So the more see, this is, guys, Islam is so smart. As a meme, you should not underestimate how powerful of a meme and how intelligent of a meme Islam is. Because a lot of you look at the individual Muslims and you look at how they look and you look at how insane their beliefs are, and you don't understand that, yes, believing in Islam is ridiculous, but Islam as a meme, as a mind virus, is extremely intelligent, and you should not underestimate how powerful of a mind virus this meme is. One thing, for example, in Islam you learn is that when you are praying, the higher the number of the people that are next to you, the higher your reward in afterlife for that prayer is going to be. This is huge motivation for mobilizing people. Do you understand how powerful, how mobilizing a collective force against the other community that you're in? It individualizes the motivation of making a collective powerful force that is high in number. So if you pray individually, your reward is much less than if you pray with somebody else next to you. If 10 people are next to you, your reward is going to be astronomically higher. When 3,000 people are next to you, your reward is going to be unimaginable. This incentivizes individuals to work into creating a collective force in their community as a minority to become a lot more powerful against the majority. This is how powerful there are so many teachings in Islam that doesn't make sense on an individual level, but when it comes to making it a powerful mind virus that will eventually take over, it's very, very effective. So that's what he's saying here.
More reward?
Yes. If you pray in a bigger congregation, yes, obviously you will get more reward.
How do I have to imagine this reward? Does it mean that you get sooner to paradise, or in what way a reward?
Yes, the reward, of course, in the hereafter. So you will get a bigger reward in the hereafter. You will be given a higher status. You will be given a bigger space. You will be given a better, properties in paradise, better palaces in paradise, and most importantly, you will be closer to the Prophet, peace be upon him, in your location in paradise.
So Muhammad is in heaven, and some of the most important metrics of how high your reward is in paradise is how your house, your palace in paradise, how close it is to where Muhammad is living, right? So the farthest, the lowest part of heaven is for people who died as children, who didn't get the chance to sin, right? And the closest people to Muhammad are people who died as martyrs in jihad.
Your address, and hopefully you will be able to see the Lord more.
By the way, this is the East London Mosque. I went to this mosque. I visited this mosque when I was in London.
Often. Wow. Yeah. So once we say,
oh wait, so you get to visit. Oh, I haven't heard this part. You be able to see the Lord more often. That's blasphemy. I do not. Mufti Armin, Ayatollah Armin, is denouncing this guy. You never get to see the Lord. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, so this guy needs some education.
You will be able to see the Lord more often.
Wow.
Yeah.
You get to feel his presence more closely. You don't get to see nothing. No entity can see God. So this guy needs some education.
So once we say better reward, we mean all.
No, Muhammad is not burning in hell, Rose. Muhammad is dead.
All of these.
And actually, Muhammad technically never existed. The whole story is just a myth.
Things.
Let me go back a little bit.
We mean all of these things.
Sheikh Haytham is niet onomstreden.
Oh, what did you say? This is the German. Sheikh Haytham isn't non-contentious. Okay.
Veel Britten
Many Brits consider him to be an extreme fundamentalist.
hem als een
So basically a proper Muslim.
extreme fundamentalist met bedenkelijke
With alarming ideas about apostates, homosexuals, and women. So basically Islam. This is basically Islam.
ideeën over afvallige moslims, homo's en vrouwen. Een tijd geleden zorgde
A while ago, Sheikh Hitham also caused controversy in the
Zorgde
Netherlands.
Sheikh Haitham ook in Nederland voor controverse. Toen hij tijdens een
when he refused to sit next to a female participant during a televised debate. Oh, this is the least of your work.
televisiedebat weigerde om met een vrouwelijke gesprekspartner aan tafel te zitten. Ik wil weten of
I want to know whether I'm able to penetrate his thoughts.
het me lukt om in zijn gedachtenwereld door te dringen.
Speak English.
Sheikh Haitham is de voorzitter.
Sheikh Haitham is the chair of the Sharia Council. So this is the main guy.
Van een Sharia-raad, waarvan er in groot...
One of 80? Are you serious? One of 80 active in Great Britain. This is why some people tell me that Armin is too late, Britain has fallen. I don't accept that, but I see why some people say that.
Brittannië zo'n 80 actief zijn.
For non-Muslims is difficult.
For non-Muslims... Oh, wait, why am I reading this? This is English.
For non-Muslims it's difficult for them to understand this. Muslims, they want to do things according to what pleases their God.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's why, you know, we need Sharia councils in the West, because the civil system cannot deal with Islamic matters.
So the civil system is basically, this is creating a parallel society. This is creating a parallel, not just a... Guys, this would be a parallel society if these people just isolated themselves, they segmented the society, and they lived in their own corner, okay? I want you to understand the importance of the difference between these two things that I'm going to say. This is not just a parallel society. This is a parallel nation. The marking the presence of a nation state is displayed and defined by its laws. This is why I'm saying this is not a society different. This is not just a society, a minority different from the majority. This is an establishment of a separate nation state within the UK nation state. This guy is acting like a separate government to the Muslim community. So you have a separate society which will defy the nation, and then if you have a parallel legal structure that acts like a state, then you have the beginnings, the foundations of a nation state. This is absolutely dangerous. You guys are being invaded from within, and you should make this illegal. This is the reason people think that we are, when we defend equality under the law, it's just because these words just sound beautiful. Like just like, oh, equality under the law. What a beautiful idea. Let's everybody be equal. This just sounds good. This is like, oh, it must be good because it sounds good. No, we're talking about the consequences. We're utilitarians. We're not defending equality under the law just because it just like sounds beautiful. This is the reason. Equality under the law is a way to protect your nation state. You're saying every single citizen is being treated with one law so that you don't have two-tier citizenship, so that you don't have a nation within a nation, so that your country, your nation state can be defended. Because the laws, the parallel laws means parallel values. This is an attack on your way of life, on your culture, on your values, on your on the methods that made your country great. This guy is basically establishing his own state. This is the Islamic State. This is the beginnings. So here's the thing. This is what ISIS got wrong. If you go military, the problem with ISIS is that they didn't follow Muhammad properly. They wanted to do the Medini phase before they did the Meccan phase. This is how you establish an Islamic State. You have to go the Meccan phase. You have to start peacefully. So the ISIS wanted to establish an Islamic State because they were too violent at the beginning. Obviously, they will get crushed. If you want to establish an Islamic State, this is how you do it. ISIS learned this is how you do it. This is how you sneak in.
Als
Guys, like, look at this. The Islamic State was being established in the Levant, in Iraq and Syria, and it failed. Now an Islamic State is slowly being founded in the UK. Yes, soft power. Somebody, Dolly is saying soft power in the live chat. Exactly.
Not deal with Islamic matters.
Als voorzitter van de raad toet Sheikh Haytham
Oh, wait. As the chair of the council, Sheikh Haytham rules
uitspraken over erfenis
on inheritances, legal matter, marriages, legal matter, and divorces, legal matter. This is a court.
huwelijken en echtscheidingen. Hij baseert
He bases his decisions on Sharia or Islamic law. So he's basically establishing a law. If he's making, guys, this is like, if it sounds like a duck, if it walks like a duck, if it acts like a duck, it's a duck. There are people here that are coming to him. He's passing out rulings, which then they follow based on what they refer to as Islamic law. This is a law that is being enforced that makes him a judge. And the fact that these people are there, that means that they follow it. That means that there's enforcement mechanisms. That means it's taken seriously. This is law, this is a court, and that's a judge, even if they don't call it that.
zich daarvoor op de Sharia, de islamitische wetgeving.
He bases his decisions on Sharia. Oh yeah, already written.
En die wil
And it can differ from civil law.
wel eens verschillen van het burgerlijk recht.
Yeah, like people are like, oh, these are not, like, what was the criticism we got from people? They said in reality, they have no legal standings in the UK. It doesn't matter if his rulings have no legal standing in the UK. It has a legal standing for her. It has a legal standing for the Muslim community. If it has no legal standing for her, what the hell is she doing here? Like, people, like, that's the criticism. Like, oh, Armin, this is not a court. The rulings have no legal standing in the UK. Okay, sure, your nation state, your legal system is not taking it seriously. She's taking it seriously. That's why she's there. Do you think she's like bored? Why is she there? Like, she had nothing else to do? Obviously, they're taking it seriously.
From an Islamic perspective.
Oh, this is English. I didn't need to pause.
From an Islamic perspective, the divorce can happen verbally.
By the way, what the man does to the woman, they're calling it a divorce. As you saw on their website, what the woman requests the council to do, they don't call that a divorce. They call it khola. And it's up to the council. For the divorce, which is talaq, that's completely up to the man. And it could be done verbally, apparently. So, but the woman cannot do it verbally. So when you see, the only thing they call a divorce is what the man does, because the woman cannot just verbally get rid of her husband.
You don't need to go to an imam.
And
You don't. Okay, sorry, this contradicts your own website. So you don't even need to go to the imam for a man to divorce the wife.
Divorce can happen verbally. You don't need to go to an imam.
And a woman can say, I want to divorce you, and it's a divorce?
No, it's not like this. The man can divorce his wife, okay, verbally. Now, if the wife wants a divorce, this is a serious issue. She has to go through a Muslim court. It is not like
He called it a court. 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 I thought I have to convince you guys. I thought I had to be like, oh, guys, these are tricky. These are guys like these sneaky little weasels here. Council. Is it a court? It's not a court. It's a council. He just. Okay, I thought my job is more difficult than this. Okay, then, well, thank you for making.
Wants a divorce. This is a serious issue. She has to go through a Muslim court. It is not like the case when the husband divorces his wife.
Why this difference?
Because, see, there are See, from an Islamic perspective, Islam acknowledges the differences between men and women. Yes?
And what could be the rationale behind the rule that a man can divorce just verbally and a woman cannot?
Yeah, because
men are obviously more intelligent, according to Islam. Men are the guardians of a family. Men are the caretakers. Men are in charge. They are the leaders, right? So, is that going to be your response? Because that would be my response as a Muslim if I want to be a Muslim.
And a woman cannot?
yeah, because see, now women, we all agree that they become pregnant and they become, okay, they observe their menses. Obviously, men, they do not become pregnant and they do not observe menses. Now, with pregnancy and during menses, women go through certain, okay, certain psychological changes.
Guys, you women, you cannot have a divorce because you get periods and you get too emotional and you don't know what you're doing. That's why you can't just get divorced. Okay.
Okay, and certain physical needs as well.
You mean like men think more clearly?
No, it doesn't mean that. Okay.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. The hadith of oi, you there. You're contradicting your prophet. I will. This is, be careful and do not contradict Muhammad. You have authentic Sahih hadith that says women are half the intelligence of men. Should I find that right now? I can find it, right? Hold on. Okay. Maybe I should find that.
Doesn't mean that. Okay.
So I will play this. Okay. Yes, I found it. This is Sahih Bukhari. You guys cannot. When it's Sahih Bukhari, you have to accept it. You cannot deny it. This is your Islam. Okay, I will have this hadith ready so that should I do it now or should I finish the video first? Let me do it now. So let me see. Apparently, I know. Okay, here. Let me really quickly show you the hadith so that this guy, I could show you that I know Islam. Maybe he will clarify. And then so far he's not being a good Muslim. All right. So this is Sahih Bukhari. You can see all of this is Sahih. So this is a fundamental part of Islam that cannot be separated from Islam. Every time you see Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, just know that it's accepted by all four Sunni Islamic school of thought, and that guy is a Sunni. So it's like, once Allah's messenger went to the Musalla to offer the prayer, so he went there to do prayer, and then he saw some woman, right? And then he said, "Oh, woman!" So this is Prophet Muhammad telling woman, right? Said, "Oh, woman, give alms, as I have seen that the majority of dwellers of hellfire were you." So Muhammad is saying, I went to hell. I've seen hell, and I saw that most of the dwellers of hellfire are women. So women are going to go to hell a lot more than men, right? So the woman, they asked, "Why is it so, O Allah's messenger?" He replied, this is now Muhammad saying to the woman, "You curse frequently and are ungrateful to your husbands. I have not seen anyone more deficient in intelligence and religion." So Muhammad is telling women that you women are more deficient in intelligence. By the way, this is saying to all women because he said women are in hell, right? So women are deficient in intelligence and religion. And guys, this is Sahih Hadith. Sahih Hadith. So you cannot say that this is like not part of Islam. So then Muhammad continues and says, "A cautious, sensible man could be led astray by some of you." The woman asked, Let me actually, guys, when I highlight it, does it highlight it for you as well? Yes, it does. That's good. The woman asked, "Oh, Allah's messengers, what is deficient in our intelligence and religion?" He said, and guys, by the way, Muhammad now makes it clear that he's talking about all women, not these specific women right here, women in general. He said, "Is it not evidence of two women equal to the witness of one man?" So this is referring to Muhammad is now referring to the Quranic verse that says that the witness of two women equals to the witness. Like if somebody stands for witness, a witness of two women equals the witness of one man. So he says that we have that Quranic verse, don't we? And the woman replied affirmative. So see, like he says the Quranic verse shows that women have half the intelligence of women. So if you need a witness, if you need one man, two women equal one man according to the Quran. So Muhammad says this is evidence for women having half the intelligence of men. And then he said this is the deficiency in her intelligence. This is a deficiency in the intelligence of woman as a whole, because obviously that Quranic verse is talking about all women. And then he continues, "Isn't it true that a woman can neither pray nor fast during her menses, like when she has period, she cannot pray or fast?" The woman replied in the affirmative. He said, "This is a deficiency in her religion." So this is weird that women go to hell more often because they are lower in religion, but that they're lower in religion because of something that they cannot control, which is their period. Like, okay, that's weird. That doesn't seem fair. But anyways, so that's the answer that he should give, but he's saying no, women are not. So is he lying here? You mean, so look, the question he asked him here.
You mean like men think more clearly?
He should say yes here. I showed you what Muhammad said. I showed you what Muhammad said. Do you not know your prophet? Are you going to lie? This is a mullah. This guy is like an imam of a big mosque or whatever. He has a Sharia council. He should know the hadith inside out. He should know all of this hadith inside out. So he should not say no. He should say yes. Men do think more clearly.
No, it doesn't mean that. Okay, it doesn't mean that.
It does.
Okay,
it does.
Everyone is intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
Women are half as intelligent as men according to your prophet. Hey, sir, do you want me to introduce you to Islam?
Yeah, but everyone is intelligent in a different way.
In a different way, in half the way. Everyone is intelligent, but some are intelligent in a different way. Half the way, right? Like Muhammad said, half as much.
Mm-hmm.
You, as a Westerner, you are a bit sensitive regarding any differentiation between or any distinction between the two genders.
No. No. The differences are there. That why are you grouping all Westerners like that? The distinction, the part liberal values does not say women and men or women are the same. Okay. Liberal values, that might be the Wokistanis who are saying women and men are the same. Liberals say men and women should have equal rights. They should be equal before the law. It doesn't say they are equal. It says that they should have equality before the law. They should have equal opportunity. It doesn't ask for equal outcome. It doesn't say men and women are equal. It just that's the only thing it says. They should have equal opportunity and they should be equal before the law. That's what liberalism says. Don't associate Wokistanis with what liberalism and Western values.
Yeah, you should not be that sensitive.
Yeah, we should be sensitive. You're being taken over. You have Sharia courts in the UK. Be sensitive.
Ik zet mijn gevoeligheden opzij en
So he said, I set aside my sensitivities and joined the sheikh in Woolwich.
Zelden zei ik naar Woolwich, een Londense buiten.
A London suburb where he will deliver a sermon later.
Waar hij straks een preek zal geven.
Oh, so now he's on the train, and there's a Muslim on the train, and the other Muslim recognizes the sheikh, which shows how famous the sheikh is, right? So he's saying, "Salam, how are you, brother? All right."
How are you, brother? All right.
You know the sheikh?
Yes, I know from the TV channels.
Okay.
Let me say something that is very important for you personally. Yeah? In Islam, you can't change the way you want. Even the biggest scholar in Islam, he cannot change Islam as he wants. Yeah.
You cannot modernize Islam?
You cannot innovate Islam. Now, once you say modernized, what does it mean?
Made compatible with these times, with today's needs.
Excellent. So let us say that we modernized them, between brackets, between quotes, to fit this time, the beginning of the 21st century. In 10 years' time, they will be obsolete.
Yeah, and actually, that's one of the greatest sins in Islam is to change Islam, is to do bid'ah, right? So that would be a sin. That would be the greatest sin. Okay, we got a super chat. Lithium, thank you so much for the $5 super chat saying, hello, Armin. Would you be willing to offer a secular Quran study or know anyone who does? I want to read it without reading it, if you get me, LOL. I mean, I'm kind of doing that using my shows, getting different. Like, if you follow Atheist Republic, instead of like just going Quran cover to cover, which a lot of people will find boring, what I would do is I use news and different things that are happening, or short videos from Ali Dawah, Muhammad Hijab, or other Muslims in the street. When they say something, I use that as an opportunity to bring the relevant Quranic verses and hadith and show that to you. So that's the way I'm doing it. But I'm also in the process of writing a book about why Islam is wrong and everything, right? So writing a book against Islam. So I will let you know once that's out. And thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Let's continue.
Discussiëren met Sheikh Haytham.
Arguing with Sheikh Haytham feels a little like a game of
Dan
cups.
voelt een beetje als een spelletje balletje balletje. Je begint er
Every time you start out full of courage, but you never
iedere
win.
keer opnieuw met goede moed aan. Maar winnen doe je nooit. Voor hij aan zijn preek in
Before his sermon at the mosque, Sheikh Haytham wants to
de moskee
check
begint, wil Sheikh Haytham controleren wat het
what the religious bookstand in the street has on
islamitisch
offer.
boekstalletje op straat aanbiedt.
Why is this woman wearing something that makes her look like Shia? Why is she doing next to these Sunnis? Am I missing something here? These are all Sunni outfits, and this woman is wearing something that makes her look very Shia. Is she just curious? Maybe she's just like a Shia just visiting these Sunnis, curious about what they're teaching, huh? Am I right here? Like, her outfit looks very Shia. And these outfits on the other side look very Sunni.
So these are. Where is the brother?
I'm selling.
Okay, saying I'm selling this. You are selling it. Oh, the woman is selling it.
You are selling it.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. Are Sunnis wear these as well? Because she looks very. First of all, this is. Okay, she's wearing makeup. She does her eyebrows, and then she wears a hijab. A lot of Muslims, serious Muslims, will criticize this. What's the point of the hijab if you're going to do makeup? The whole point of hijab is so that you're less sexually attractive. And then you go wear makeup? That's a contradiction there. Yeah. Okay, so you guys are saying Sunni. Well, to me, she looks like Shia. Unless in the UK, everybody's just mixing.
Huh? Can I have a
So the man said, can I have a word with you? Okay, wait. Is she not supposed to be like the woman was selling these books? Is like he's like, where's the brother who's selling this book? And she's like, I'm selling this book. And it seems like this guy is not, the sheikh is not happy. Like, can I have a word with you? It seems like you're not supposed to. Woman, why are you working? Huh?
So double check.
Something about the book?
Yeah, it's not the right book to be.
It's not the right book. Is it Shia? Is it Shia? It's not the right book. Is it Shia stuff? She's promoting Shia Islam in front of, this is like Tehran propaganda in front of Sunni books, huh? She looks Iraqi Sunni. Okay, if Iraqi Sunnis are wearing hijab like that, it's because Shias wear hijab like that. So are Sunnis in Iraq influenced by the majority Shia community in Iraq? Because that's a Shia outfit. I think so. This guy is not happy with the books. Is it Shia books? It must be Shia books. Show me the book, please. Show me the cover.
Not the right book to read?
To be read, yes.
Why? What's in it?
I asked her, okay, do you...
Oh, Life of Muhammad. Guys, what is this? Can somebody Usul al-Fiqh? The best of all husbands. Wait, who is the best of all husbands? Oh no, the Prophet Muhammad. I thought it was going to say Ali. Methods of belief. No. Is there anything Shia here? I'm not seeing anything Shia. Okay, why are these books not okay? Oh, the two books that were not okay, he had picked them up. You see that empty space? Those are the two books that were not okay. Ah, God damn it.
You know what is that? And she said, no.
Uh-huh.
I said, how come you sell a book you don't know the content?
Uh-huh.
She said, I assume that it is the right book. Yeah.
Are there a lot of wrong books around?
Oh, of course. Of course. Everywhere there are some wrong books. Everywhere. Everywhere.
What is going too far for you? When do you get suspicious?
If
Show us the book that was wrong and ask him, why is it wrong?
If it is a book by ISIS or Al-Qaeda.
All right, so ISIS and Al-Qaeda by Sunnis are considered Khawarij, right? So if you are a Wahhabi, the Muslim Brotherhood would be wrong, right? So we have Wahhabis, we have Muslim Brotherhood, we have ISIS and Al-Qaeda. By the way, ISIS and Al-Qaeda are considered by these Sunni Muslims as wrong, not because of their violence, but because they're Khawarij, right? They consider them to be Khawarij. So we have the Khawarij ideology according to them. And then we have 12er Shias and a whole bunch of different kinds of Shia Islam. But you know what is? He's very clever. He knows to this Westerner, because they will be against many peaceful, they would be more against peaceful versions of Islam, like not peaceful, like any other brand of Islam that is not promoting violence, but like in those books, but it's not this main Sunni mainstream Islamic school of thought, they would have an issue with it. But when this documentary is being made and he's talking to a Westerner, this is an opportunity to mention the group of Muslims that are ISIS and Al-Qaeda that they would not agree with, because he knows that's great propaganda. That's fantastic propaganda. Oh yeah, we don't like ISIS and Al-Qaeda. See, we're just so good. We're against those group of people. But you don't say why you're against them, because the violence is not the issue. The method of using the violence and who did they consider to be non-Muslims, their foundational ideology, that's the problem, not the violent part. But he doesn't have to explain that, so it looks good from a Westerner perspective, like, oh, so the Muslims that you don't agree with are the ISIS and Al-Qaeda. Okay, that's nice. So that's great marketing. He's very clever. He knows what to say.
Is it good to sell?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it's not good to sell. Yeah, especially if it is sold by the mosque or sold by people.
I'm almost sure that the books that he had a problem with they were not ISIS and Al-Qaeda. I can guarantee that the books that he had an issue with, it was not because they were promoting ISIS and Al-Qaeda. That lady was not promoting ISIS and Al-Qaeda.
Authority or, yeah.
Is this the problem, that many people would put you?
No, somebody saying ISIS and Al-Qaeda are both just militant wings of the Muslim Brotherhood. No, guys, that's Hamas. Hamas is a militant wing of the Muslim Brotherhood. ISIS and Al-Qaeda are not Muslim Brotherhood. Why are you mixing these things? They're not. ISIS and Al-Qaeda are not Muslim Brotherhood. That's Hamas. You're mixing your militant Islamic groups.
Sold by people of authority, or yeah.
Is this the problem, that many people would put you in the same bag as the books that you are suspicious of?
Yeah. See.
These people are, what are you talking about? Like, this guy is worse than ISIS and Al-Qaeda. ISIS and Al-Qaeda are easily demonstrated as a threat and neutralized. This guy is more dangerous than ISIS and Al-Qaeda because ISIS and Al-Qaeda will never even get close to be having an establishment of their presence in the heart of the liberal world. These people they're following the correct steps, and they are more effective at establishing a state within the heart. Like, imagine if ISIS could reach London, they would never. This guy has. That makes him a greater threat.
Same. It is, what is it called? Guilt by association. The reality now is...
Well, yeah, I mean, no, you're not guilty by association. You're guilty by promotion, okay? You're guilty by promotion, the original terrorist, which was Muhammad.
The world is like this.
In de moskee van Woolwich is Sheikh Haitham een vaste en graag geziene gast.
Oh, wait, I need to read this. What did he say? I forgot that gets German. Wait, we have some super chats. Let me read the super chats. I just think, thank you for bringing awareness. Hopefully one day all of us will have a separation of religion and state. And also thoughts about, Hania, we're doing a stream on this tomorrow. So guys, make sure you subscribe. And also the day after that, I have some videos about Sharia for you guys to be introduced to Sharia that I'm not going to have the time to review today. After we cover Hania tomorrow, we will get back to these. So Dolly is in charge of organizing our streams and preparing the videos. So thank you so much for your service, Dolly, by the way. And those 3 videos that will help us learn more about Sharia, leave that for the day after, because they're important videos for us to see. So you guys could be more, if people are trying to defend Sharia, we will give you the arguments on how to basically shut that down. Also, one thing, Angie, one more thing about your super chat thing. Hopefully one day, all of us will have a separation of religion and state. I will go farther, Angie. Yes, I agree with you. However, hopefully one day, all of us will have a separation of religion and life. Okay, religion and state is our first step. Okay, that's just because in-state religion will be the most dangerous. But that's just the beginning of our fight. We will never stop until we see the separation of religion and life, not just religion and state. All right, so thank you so much for that super chat. We got another super chat. The Theist Experience saying UK had 17 stabbings in 48 hours in multiple attacks. Yes, maybe actually the day after we cover Hania, we should cover that. We have so many things that we need to cover. So yeah, because Dolly has sending me some crazy videos that I can't believe that this is happening right now. I don't know if you're referring to that, but maybe we should cover that as well. So guys, subscribe because we might cover that as well. Thank you so much for the support. Let's go see what this guy is saying. He's saying, so the doctor is saying, in the Woolwich Mosque, Sheikh Haitham is a frequent and welcome guest.
In de moskee van Woolwich is Sheikh Haitham
Woolwich, not Woolwich.
een vaste en graag geziene gast. Ik zoek een plekje.
I find a spot amongst the believers and brace myself for what's in
Tussen de gelovigen en zet me schrap voor wat hij vandaag voor ons in petto heeft.
All people...
By the way, I don't know if this mosque, usually when I go to mosque, it just smells so stinky because people take off their shoes. So I don't know if this is like that. Saying all people speak about justice.
Speak about justice. The world
speaks about justice.
Speaks about justice.
Oh, why am I reading this? This is English. God damn it.
Schrap voor wat hij vandaag voor ons in petto heeft.
All people speak about justice. The world speaks about justice. However, what is unique for Islam, a value that not many people talk about, it is a unique value for Islam and Muslims. which is what? Mercy. Rahmah. Your children, show them mercy.
Yeah, mercy for Muslims, but for non-Muslims, yeah, we'll see.
Let
Actually, not even for Muslims. Again, I will go. I will respond to every one of his stupid claims here. But right now, we're already over an hour, so I want to finish
them
this.
have this as a value. When you become old, they will show you mercy. Life will be so lovely if there is a mercy inside your house. Show your wife mercy. You come back home, maybe the food is late, maybe this and that and this and that.
Yeah, so Noam is saying some of the crowd is falling asleep. This is actually a problem for us, okay? Because these teaching, and still you have so much presence of people showing up, and they feel they have the duty and the responsibility. Grandchildren, they are actually, when they are talking about Islam and advocating Islam, so they are going to be a lot more elegant, a lot more effective, a lot more engaging, a lot more entertaining to watch. The next generation of Muslims who are growing up in UK and have been growing up on social media, they are going to be a lot more effective than this guy. So your problems are going to grow significantly because without effective marketing, they got to this far. And the next generation of mullahs and sheikhs and imams and whatever, and ulama and whatever, they are going to attract they're going to be able to mobilize their own community a lot more effectively. They're going to be able to attract bigger crowds, and they're also going to be able to convert more. So that's why we need to become stronger. We need to prepare more. This channel will prepare you more to be the defense team. We need to have the knowledge and the proper response to this threat. So yeah, we have to have the Atheist Republic Defense Force. Oh, my mic is good. Let me see my mic. Is everything good? Yes. Mic problem. Mic fix for now. Okay, it's working now. But what I said was what I said. Everything that I said. Did you fix mic? Okay, mic fix. Okay, good. But did everything I said? Did you understand everything I said? And how this problem is going to get a lot bigger? Why this problem is going to become a lot bigger?
Don't say to her, I don't know what have you been doing for the entire day. You will have mercy for her.
Right. So guys, let me know if you understood what I said, because what I said is very important. Should I repeat what I said? Or did you understand it? Let me read some super chats while I wait for you guys to tell me if you want me to repeat what I said or not, because it was very important. Bill is saying you should go on Neil Oliver's show on GB News, please. Well, tell them to reach out to me. Oh, somebody's saying repeat, Pete. Repeat, I lost you. Okay. Please go tell them to reach out to me. I would not say no. Okay, so I will repeat it one more time. I said this generation, this guy, you guys, somebody in the live chat said that the people in the crowd are falling asleep, right? Let me see, Alfred. Okay. So guys, on StreamYard, my audio was okay. So this was a YouTube error, apparently, right? So this is actually a threat, because what I said is that the next generation of Muslims who grow up, who end up being the future imams, the future mullahs, the future ulama, the future sheikhs, they are going to be a lot more effective. Oh, it's going off again. All right, so I will make this point another day, given that YouTube is having a problem. Let me just read this. I will make that point another day. Let me just read the super chat and the stream, given that YouTube is giving us error. Unicorn Muslim Brotherhood recruited ISIS. They recruited al-Baghdadi, who was commended as Muslim Brotherhood member on Al Arabiya News as Muslim Brotherhood. ISIS ideology is not more. These people are all connected. Of course, they're all connected. Okay, I'm gonna go like the stream. I'm gonna go because of my thing. My mic is okay. Bye, guys. Like the stream. My mic is okay. I'm gonna go, guys, because we're having mic issues. Okay. Bye.